It's Friday night, broadcasting live here from Nick's Garage. Welcome, viewers. I had a busy week here this week. I've been working with the bead bodies and the Corvette actually all week long. And first of all, I had to work on this 454 with Steven and my brothers to get it going because we wanted to make some good horsepower with the engine, the way it came from the factory, because it's a matching number, and we wanted to keep the original heads, and of course the cast iron intake, because any intake I put on trying to gain any horsepower would have no hood clearance whatsoever. And of course, Steven, my client who owns this car and this engine, of course, has asked me that, maybe we'll go to a taller scoop or a taller hood or whatever. And then we agreed to both of us to stay with the original hood. And our goal was to make good torque and good horsepower with this engine. So anyways, we've done a lot of work on it this week. It's been 2 weeks been sitting on the dyno. We tried a lot of little things. We also ended up buying an 800 CFM jet performance carburetor. And we've done a lot of things to get it going. And we've done a lot of tests with it. And of course, I was reaching a goal of, my goal was the reach of, for a big block Chevy with slightly domed pistons, open chamber heads with the same intake manifold. We wanted to achieve 400 horsepower and we wanted to beat the 500 torque. And of course, it's just a driver, not a race car. He just wants to cruise with it. But anyways, I'm going to show you around in the shop what we've been doing. We had a few things came in, like a 346 pack block that somebody wants me to refresh, build it for a TA Challenger. Nothing special, just a refresh. And of course, this is an engine I really want to put on the dyno for you viewers to watch, because the last time I had a 346 pack or 6-barrel on a dynamometer was a long time ago, and it wasn't done when it was when we were on YouTube with Nick's Garage. But anyways, come, I'll show you guys. I should get my, let me get my flashlight. Here it is at the moment. Give me a sec. Here it is. We got a 346 back here. It's a matching number motor to a TA Challenger belongs to one of my customers. And a lot of people were asking me, Nick, what's the difference between a 340 and a 340 TA? Besides being a little bit different cylinder heads and an intake manifold with a 6-barrel setup. For example, right here. See it? When you have a 340, it just writes 340. But when you have a TA, it's written 340 TA, as you can see it right here. See it? TA? That means Trans Am. In other words, AAR CUDA and TA Challenger. So this is where we started. Now I had the block bored out 30 over. I've got the pistons. So slowly, surely, I'm going to put this together. It's going to be a factory restoration, of course, and I can't wait to get on the dynamometer so you guys can see. And from the factory, this made 290 horsepower. But we're not looking for anything special. Like I said, it's just a restoration job. We're going to put it together and get on the dyno. Then, of course, I've got Ryan's 440 here. I can't wait to put that on the dyno, right? Once I have my client come and see the dyno test on the 454, right after that's done, we're going to put Ryan's 440 here, which is pretty something different for me because it's a 68 440 with the Elder Block aluminum heads, cast iron intake manifold, and exhaust manifolds. So this is going to be pretty interesting to see. And it's got a very mild cam, hydraulic, flat tappet. So this is going to be something pretty interesting to see. And then I've got Adam's 427 Ford, which we took this block and we had it sleeved on 2 cylinders because 2 cylinders were very, very thin. And it's been bored oversized by 40 when he bought the engine from this gentleman out in Ontario. But anyways, like we said, we're not looking for horsepower. He has a 67 Mustang that he wants to put it in, not look for crazy power whatsoever, and he just wants to drive it as a cruiser. So this engine, we're going to build it together to make it last. Hopefully, this is what we want to do, because all he wants is a 427 in his 67 Mustang. And of course, the thing is, we want to put it together, not looking for power, because there's a lot of things in the engine that I'm not crazy about. For example, like the cylinder heads, they're ported out way too much, which I don't think will have a good flow. Plus, the valves are sunk in. And of course, we're not going to spend any more money. I just did a cleanup job so I can put the heads back together and get this motor running. And all he wants, like I said, make sure it runs fine, no headaches, no problems. And no matter what horsepower he makes, he'll be happy with it. So now I'm just waiting for my client to bring in a manual flywheel so I can get it balanced and start putting it together slowly. Then I've got Pierre's Roadrunner, which I had Dan come in during the week, and he started welding up all the little holes in the firewall that we removed the MSD, we took out the fuel lines, then the line lock. There was a lot of holes in the firewall. And this is the man that bought my keeper that wants to install it in the car. But then again, we wanted to make the engine bay very nice and clean. And we've been working on it, and Oliver finished it off today, and let's go take a look at it. Oliver? I was just saying to our viewers that we finally got the engine bay down on Pierre's car. Yeah. And I said in-house, of course, we don't do body work here. So we got Oliver who works on body work at a shop full-time, and he comes works for me part-time sometimes. And then I told him, if you want to challenge doing this whole engine bay, and of course, he took a challenge on it. He started working on it, and this is the results.
Yeah, I looked at it 5 minutes. I scratched my head. I was like, okay, all right, I'll do this, I'll do that. And I had some time yesterday, I had some time today, and I called up Nick, told him I was on my way.
Yes.
Took care of it. I kept the fumes down low, because with painting and all that, body shop, there's experience helps. And I used my experience here today at Nick's, and there's the finished product. I hope Pierre likes it. Of course, this is the home for the...
I'm very surprised myself, like in-house, it came out pretty good. When you came in this morning, I told you, just go see my brothers here at Mechanic Auto Parts. They'll supply everything you need to get for the car, for the engine bay, I should say. You went there, you got all the materials, brought it here, and you challenged it this morning, and I think you did a great job. And I can't wait to start putting it together, start putting it all together. But now it looks beautiful.
And
look at that.
Very important motor going in here, too.
Yes, the keeper's going to go in there.
The keeper couldn't go in an ugly engine bay.
That's
so
right.
We had to pretty it up a bit.
Of course, you have a nicely detailed Hemi, and you want to put it in an engine bay. And of course, Pierre knew very well that. He says, Nick, once you take out the engine, make it look beautiful, and let's make it look nice. And of course, here it is. This is what we're going to start with right now. And of course, right now, we're going to start removing the papers next week, and of course, start dressing it up.
Here's another fun fact. If you even look at the paper, if anybody's concerned about fumes, we were concerned about fumes. We covered all the cars, moved them out of the way. But if you look at the paper, there's not really that many fumes flying around.
It's
within...
I was surprised when you were shooting it. I was over there watching you, and I said, God, this guy's painting the whole engine bay, and I don't see any fumes whatsoever, which is great. And of course...
My magic hands.
Of course. And my brothers here at the Mechanic Auto Parts supplied everything for us, and they had everything on hand, and they even made the color. They even made the color.
They matched the color. They made the color.
That's right. Vitamin C orange.
Very good service today.
Yeah. And there it is. And of course, now we're going to slowly start putting the suspension together and of course, finish it off. And what else did came into the shop today? And then of course, I got the Roadrunner 1970 ready for delivery. So it's going to be gone next week. That's done. That's a surprise, this is something. We got an orange 1970 Roadrunner. We got a 69 Roadrunner here that's orange. And of course, I got a Corvette, which is very rare orange. And then again, I got the 69 Charger up there that belongs to Ronald, who wants to make a General Lee, and that car will be painted orange. So imagine that.
When Vasily has the truck in here, it's orange too.
Yeah, imagine that, eh?
69 Chargers only deserve to be one color, orange, for obvious reasons. Use your imagination.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's a very famous color orange in the Chrysler Corporation, especially when it comes to muscle cars. So I'm so very happy that this is done. This is really something. Oliver did a very good job, buddy.
I had some time today, and so I came here this morning.
Look at that. Took a day off from work just to challenge on this, and look at that. Hey?
Yeah.
This is a nice reward, buddy.
I was going to work on my Camaro today, but I have tomorrow for that. So
tomorrow's another day.
You see?
And by the way, we're not here tomorrow because we're going to a swap meet for the first time in Drummondville that they're doing in Quebec. So I've never been to one of them. They're going to do it for the first time. We've been invited to buy and sell parts. I don't have too many parts to take there to sell, but then again, you never know. So you're gonna have to go there. And of course, I'm always looking for pieces for these old cars. And if you find something that's good that you need, you're gonna buy it.
Anybody has a nice interior out there for a 78 Camaro black?
Give us a call or send us an email.
Email, interested.
That's right.
You're Drummondville tomorrow. Come on and see me.
Yeah. Or you guys want to see us in Drummondville? We're gonna be. It's not far from here. What? An hour from Montreal?
An hour and a half. About.
An hour and a half.
I drove there in the summer just to eat a poutine because I heard that Drummondville was the home of the poutine. So when I was on vacation this summer, I took a 1 hour drive or whatever to eat poutine.
After all, this is Quebec. This is where they make the poutine.
The best one.
Yeah. Anyways, that's pretty good. Everything's going well. And let's go get some details on the 454. I want to say something on the dyno.
I heard you guys working on that and testing that when I was over here.
That big block Chevy, I was.
What a sound! Wow.
It was.
Running again.
It was a challenge.
Was it broken? I just improved it. Mine, yeah.
Remember the
You-
mic is only on Nick.
Yeah, you just stay close to me because Mike's on me, and,
Oh,
so
yeah,
the
okay.
so the viewers can hear you loud and clear. Come in here. I was just saying, we've got this 454 here that I was mentioning before. We had a few issues with it because we couldn't get a horsepower. And then of course I got a brand new carburetor from Jet Performance, and then of course I had it. It was built for the carburetor was tuned for a mild build big block Chevy, which this is exactly what it is. We have a little cam, we have a little dome pistons, and of course it's got at that time when I ordered it had 175 cylinder pressure, 175 psi, and of course it's got a hydraulic cam, flat tappet with a cast iron intake and headers. So then anyways, when we got it running the other day with this carburetor, at full throttle, I had 11.3, 11.4 air fuel ratio. Man, it was running so rich. I said, this is not going to end with me very well. Anyways, after going through so many contacts, I need to get some rods for the secondary rods to get the secondary barrels to lean out. So a friend of mine, John Malatanco, should I say, the Pontiac brothers who play with Rochester carburetors, they came here one night. Of course, they brought in their toolkit, which contains only Rochester stuff for quadrajets, and he found me a set of rods. Then we got it in there, and finally we got it tuned to the air fuel ratio I was looking for. Then after that, we started to look for the horsepower, and we couldn't get the full 100 horsepower. Here we are playing with a big block Chevy, of course, with a lousy design intake manifold. But anyways, we need it, like I said before, we need hood clearance. So my customer says, forget the aluminum intakes, let's stay with the cast iron and see what we can do the best we can. And of course, we played with the carburetor, we got the air fuel ratio going good. And then we said, you know what, we're just missing a couple of horsepower. We're stuck at 395, 396, 394. And then my brother goes, you know what, let's raise the compression a bit. And of course, my brother Phil, I installed these gaskets, which are 43 thou thick, which is made by Felpro. Then my brother Phil came up with a set of gaskets that were only 20 thou thick, made by Mr. Gasket. And of course, there were little shims, 20 thou, just to increase the cylinder pressure by 5 psi. That's what we got. Now we made a cylinder pressure test. After we replaced the cylinder head gaskets, we have 180. Now we tuned the carburetor, we got the timing right, we got the head gaskets on, and of course we did a dyno test today. And you guys stay tuned for the next video coming up on this, and you're going to see the results. How's that?
I heard cheers. So
Hey.
cheers are good news.
And you're a big block Chevy guy. This is going to be a nice driver, let me tell you. And the torque numbers are up there too. It's pretty good.
Big block torque is.
And like I said, he's got headers on the car. He's got headers over here, so it's going to work out fine. And then what else can we do? And we did that. We did the 346 pack. And of course, I worked on a whole bunch of cylinder heads this week. Before I get to answer some comments, I just want to show you a few things that are happening in the shop. I've been working on. I also got Ron's from Ontario. I also have Ron from Ontario who's got a 446 pack he's brought here. And of course, I had it bored out with the new pistons at 30 over. And now, as you guys can see, I've marked here 25 thou on all four corners because I wanted to measure the deck. And of course, you want to make power, you want to get a good quench, you got to zero deck the block. So I put the pistons in temporarily, and I got my figures of 25 thou to cut the deck, to bring the compression up, have a good quench, and let's make some good power. So now we're working on this one here for Ron from Ontario. And of course, I had a whole bunch of cylinder heads. Here's a set of head of 440, which belongs to Ron in the 446 pack. Matching heads, of course. There are 906 castings. I did the valve job. I had the valve springs replaced. I did a mild porting on the cylinder heads, just clean the bowl area. Then I've got the other set of cylinder heads that belong to the 346 pack on the other side that I've shown you. Then, of course, I'm working on that 347 stroker. His AFR heads, I believe they are. Yes, AFR heads. I finished doing the valve job on this. And that's another set of head ready. And of course, the 427 for Adam for the FE 427. I've done this. I also replaced the seals and the valve springs. I did a cleanup job on the valves because this had a valve job done before and everything got rusty. So all we did was clean it up and of course assemble them, and now waiting for the show block to get the parts so I can get it balanced and start putting it together.
It looks like you're in the head business all of a sudden.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of cylinder heads this week. Then I've got Frank from Wakefield, I think it is, Massachusetts. He got a set of rockers for me from eBay. He brought him in, so I brought him in here. So I want to start putting them together. Then of course you got to look at them very good because sometimes you can buy a rocker and it has a damaged tip. Like I found a couple of them over here before, which I'm not really crazy about. For example, like this here, you know. But anyways, sometimes you can get it polished. Sometimes I'll replace it. I've got a few, and of course then we got to assemble them. I got to clean the shafts too, shine them up, make sure they're nice, smooth, mirror finish, and then put them ready. And of course that's going to be another job because that Hemi is going to be a challenge. This is the block that the customer brought in. He's got 2 patches welded to the side. I brought it up last week, which is right here. Right here. I've mentioned it before. It's got a patch over here and a patch on the other side. And this is going to be a challenge. And the people are asking me, Nick, you're going to put this together and is it going to hold? I don't know. So the time I finish putting it all together, and I'm going to run it on the dyno for many, many tests, and I'm going to run it at high temperature, I'm going to do everything I can. And of course, you got to check the block that's not distorted in any way. Of course, I'm going to check for line bore, cylinder, decking, and everything. So we're going to take it one thing at a time, and this is going to be another challenge to go on a dynamometer. Imagine that, eh? This is going to be the first time I'm trying an engine. I'm putting a Hemi together with 2 patches. And of course, the person that did the job, Frank, told me that they also had it pressure tested and it's guaranteed to be good. But you know what? We're going to put it to the test after we get it running.
Nothing's truly
right,
tested
Frank?
until it passes here.
Sorry?
Nothing's truly tested until it comes through here.
Yeah, yes, and then we put it to life. All right?
Yeah.
That's going to be something.
I've been guaranteed lots of stuff that weren't.
Well, it's gonna, it's
We'll
you know,
try it out.
it's gonna be a challenge. Why
looks
not?
pretty. It looks good.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like it's done well, and you know what? You know, sometimes something can look good, may do the job, maybe not. I don't know, but you know what? We're gonna find out in the future. Of course, I'm gonna replace the pistons. These are not the pistons I'm gonna use. I'm gonna go 30 over. They've got too much piston wall clearance when I checked it earlier. So we're gonna get another set of pistons with a tank compression ratio. He's going with cast iron heads. And of course, we have a lot of little more pieces to look for. But like I said, this engine, we're starting at a pieces. By the time we finish it, we got a lot of pieces to look for. And of course, put it together.
Nice.
What did you say? We answer some comments?
Sure. Got 650 people watching live right now. Thank you guys.
Wow.
150?
Every week it seems to get more and more.
God, wow.
You want to see how fast the comments come down? Come and see this. Wait, let me get my glasses. I'll be there. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. And you know what? Yeah, it's pretty interesting. You know that we didn't even get on the air yet, and we have like George was telling me, we have a lot of viewers already waiting. And I want to answer as many comments as I can.
That's crazy.
And it's not easy, you know. And I feel bad, you know. I try to answer all the comments. It's not easy. It's not easy. Even a lot of people lately have sent me a lot of emails for asking for information on modification and this and that. I just cannot catch up anymore. I'll try my best if I can. If I cannot, I don't know. But I'll do my best because there's just more and more coming in every day. And then I'm reading.
Firsthand, walk in, you're working on an engine, the phone's ringing, you have your other hand in a book, ordering pizza. Okay, but everything works out.
Yeah, you know what? And look at this. Here it is, Friday night, broadcasting live right here in Nick's garage.
This is when you get to the questions, Nick.
That's right. Let's go. Let's answer some questions, you guys. Let me see if I can get them fast enough to read them and, of course, answer them. Let's take a look.
First one I can see, is there any 360 Magnum engines on the dyno?
360 Magnums? No, I used to have a 360 Magnum engine a long time ago with my brother Phil with a 74 Black Duster. It was a Magnum engine, and we had a mild build, and it made 410 horsepower. He's raced it for many, many years until got into a crash with it. That was a while back at the racetrack. But anyways, speaking of 360 Magnum motors, they're damn good motors, let me tell you. And what do we got here? Okay, look, they're flying by these questions, eh? All right, let me see. Okay, Johnny Zanta. Oh, yeah. Okay, Johnny, you're watching us, eh? Krusty Man, attaboy, Nick. Dustin Williams, can you fix my car? I'm having an issue to figure out for the life of me. Bring it here and I'll check it out for you. Alex Burns, first question, who cuts your hair? My sister-in-law, Vula.
Thank you, Vula.
Thank you, Vula. Ghost Hunter, do you, hold it, I lost that one. What happened? No, I lost it. Okay, here it is. Nick, did you ever solve the hunted 42600 problem that was 100 horsepower low? Yes, that was if I'm talking about the 472 Hemi, yes, it was it had very weak valve springs at 60 pounds, I remember carefully. But then we had to get it fixed after that. You didn't see it on the video, but we got it fixed later, and customer took it, installed it in the car, was done after that. And here is Garage from Switzerland, 000. And William Martinez from Puerto Rico. Hello, John Clark. What was your first car? The very first car I had it for 1 week, was a 68 Dodge Start, but reality after that, for a few years, it was a 1973 Duster 6-cylinder. Eric Miller, good question, Ghost. Here it is, Ghost Hunter. Do you use lash caps? It depends. Yes, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It all depends what's the application, yes. John Clark, cool. Okay, next. Curtis, how much it cost to rebuild a front end on a second gen? Well, I don't know how much it will cost. It all depends what it needs, I can't say. That's something you have to look out on the scene. Russia's Mike. Hey, Nick. Mike D, how are you? Vince Kelly, happy Friday, Nick, from New Brunswick. Will you ever be working blown or turbocharged? Well, I got a Pro Charger going on a small block Ford stroke 347 engine coming up in the future, which I have right here, right now. It's going to be the first blower, supercharged I'm going to put on the engine. So, and it's also going to be, I believe, fuel injected. I'm not sure. It depends what the customer wants to do. We're going to put it on the dyno, and of course, I can't wait to get it done because I want to see this Pro Charger work on this setup on my dyno. So until the future, we'll see how it goes. Alex Burns, do you have a Washington State flag? Washington State. Do we have that flag? I'm not sure.
Can't remember.
Washington. God, I have so many flags here now. I don't remember anymore. Sometimes, we have roughly, 100 flags in the shop. You know what? Good question.
I think we might, if I remember top of my head.
Yeah, I don't know.
My guess is yes.
Someone asked me this morning if we had a Montana flag. No, we do not have the Montana flag. I answered that. It was on email. Douglas Blee, hello from Illinois. Richard, hey, Nick, from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Johnny Vaughn, Richard, Jordy Vaughn, how is it going, Nick? Can we see the Kawasaki? It's in storage right now. If I had it here in the shop, I'd be more than glad to show it to you guys, but it's not here at the moment. But the moment I get it out, I bring it to the shop. Believe me, I'm going to put it on live, let me tell you, so you guys can see it. Then again, I'll be bringing it down to Carlisle, Pennsylvania, in July 10, 11, 12. I'll be there in person. I'm also going to meet Tony from Uncle Tony's Garage. That's going to be a good show there. And I heard there's going to be a lot of viewers going to be there to meet us. I'm looking forward to it. Bart Simpson, have you ever got gas in your eye? Yes, it sure burns, let me tell you.
Ouch.
I had gas in my eyes quite a few times, yes. Anyways, I'm okay, I'm good. And then it says, Rafael Glaze, hello, Nick, from Puerto Rico. Casper Burgo, please, can you tell me about 305 Chevy motors? They're good motors, but I heard that a lot of times they wear out the cam loops once in a while. But generally, it's a good motor, and GM has made millions of those engines. They're good motors.
I had one in my old 76 Nova.
Yeah, that's right. It was a 305. Yeah, they're good motors. I wouldn't say they're bad. They're pretty good. Here is another one. Michael Willman, Mesa, Arizona. Love the show and the dyno. Thank you. John Rossi, hello from the island of Guam. Wow, the island of Guam.
There in the middle.
Hello there. We're in the middle of nowhere, eh? San Elliott. Hello, Nick. San Elliott. Jim G. Love your videos, Nick. Thank you. Casper Burgess, thank you, sir. Mike Winley, I hope to see you, Carla. Where will you be? When you see our flags, Nick's Garage, wherever we are, I don't know where we're going to be placed in Carlisle, but you're going to meet us because we're going to be there with 6, 7 cars from my group and friends of mine and customers of mine. We're all going to be there together, and I'm sure you can find us once we are there.
We're going to try and stay in a bunch.
Yeah, we're going to be in a bunch as a group, as a club, so you can't miss us once we're there. And if you get there, just ask where's Nick's Garage, and maybe someone could direct you to us. There you go. Night Stalker says, we love your channel in Northern California. Nick, Mopar rules. Thank you. Look at that. The Stalker. Nightshade Gaming, what is your ultimate dream car? My ultimate dream car?
I think you've got it.
Yeah, I have it, but there's one, but honestly, you're not going to believe it. It's the Batmobile that George Barris built, the 1966 TV series Batman and Robin, that 66 Batmobile. Even though I've been at the auction back at Barry Jackson in 2007, it was a Batmobile there, which was a copy, and it was an exact copy of the Batmobile that George Barris built, and they were asking like 200,000. It sold for 172 at that time, and my friend and I, we bid up to 100,000. And that is a car, you know, you could drive around anywhere, and you know you're gonna get a crowd looking at you. And I've always loved that TV show Batman and Robin on with Bruce Wayne and Adam West, and it was awesome. Bruce Wayne, Adam West, that's right. And Burt Ward was Robin, I believe. Yeah, it was a good show. I love that show in the 60s. The Joker, Catwoman, Riddler, Penguin.
Making one of those for yourself would be quite a little bit of work, though.
Yeah. I have a lot of cars I've loved, but you know, Kowalski was one of them. But the Batmobile is special. That is something. And don't you forget that the Batmobile, 1966, in the TV series.
Yeah, the original with the flamethrower in the back.
That's right, the original one with the flamethrower. Russell Finch, Nick, you vain. Thank you, man. Elliott Timms, hello from England, Nick. Wow, from England. Hey, people are awake around the world. They just watch us here. You guys.
Thanks for staying up late.
Yeah, you're just about to say that. JC, love you, Nick, and guys, always. There's another one. JC, no. Bada Patak. Hi, Nick, my dad. How do I stop this? Here it is. Hi, Nick, my dad. Oops, we lost it. What happened there? Okay, we'll try to find it.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, it doesn't matter. We'll try to catch it. Johnny, you're 1970. Oop.
There it is. Hi, my dad.
Okay. Hi, Nick. Me and my dad love your YouTube. Go Mopar. I'll have a 1970 Charger, and my dad has a 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner, both 383, big block, 4 barrels. Hope to see you some more 383 Mopar big blocks. Okay, go to show. You know what? I did a 383 last year, but it was we didn't have it on YouTube. It was done during the week, and George was not here to film it. But next time I do build a 383, I will show you guys and put it on the dyno, and we'll see what we got for when we get it built.
Sorry, guys. I'd like to move into the garage full time, but I still got the rest of my life to attend to.
Yeah, George's got a full-time job on the side, but he comes here when he can, and he films what he sees and what happens, and you know, whatever happens at the shop at the time when he's here, that's when he films. And you can't catch everything. We have a lot of things going on, and we try to show as much as we can.
It's my privilege to be here.
That's right.
I just saw a super chat, Nick. We don't want to miss those.
Okay, where is it?
Folks, there it is.
Okay, Eric Miller. Eric, hi there. Thank you.
Thanks, Eric.
Here's another one here. Sometimes here it is. Walk Boy, hello from Australia. Walk Boy, thank you. Rusty Trucks, hello from Windsor, Ontario. Keep up the good work. Rusty Trucks, thank you, man. Ghost Hunter, do you? Yeah, I said that one. Richard M. Lowe. Steely Dan, what's up? Steely Dan, what's up?
I think he's talking to somebody else in the chat.
That's right. Roadrunner, hi, Nick. Oops, I lost that one. God, it's moving fast, eh? Okay, hold it.
Wow, there's another one.
Dutch, 1980. What does he say? Greetings from the Netherlands. Wow, Holland, eh?
Beautiful.
There you go.
Staying up late again.
Dutch, 1980. Thank you. Ghost Hunter, do you? Okay, there we go.
That's €2.
Do you? €2, eh? Oh, that's more than $2 Canadian, let me tell you.
So, yeah, we're doing well tonight.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. Alex Burns, 2003 Mustang. Haha. It's Mustang. Yeah, there we go. Alex Burns, 2003 Mustang. That's what he was saying. Krusty Man, ever built a 318? Not really. I had a student here once built a 318. It was just a simple rebuild. But you know what? I'd like to get a 318 one day just to put it together. Not that I have one. And if I had the time, build it in a way so that we can beat it, put it to the pace and show you how good this motor is. And you know what? You can't kill these motors. They're damn good motors.
Yeah, who built his.
And believe me, that's right. And believe me, when I get a 318 here, I will build it. I will show you guys a video, and I'll show you what it does. Okay. Nancy Wilson, please say hi to me. Hi, Nancy. Richard, okay, here is Bonadovian. Hello, Nick from Speedway, Indiana, home of the Indy 500. You know, home of the Indy 500, our name of the shop is called Indy Auto. That's where our name comes from, Indianapolis. Just so you guys let you know. Thank you. Green Harold, 275, Green. Thank you. Marlow, Oklahoma. Galen from Marlow, Oklahoma. Sir, write a book. Casper Burgos. You know, write a book. You see that, Casper? You know, I said that. I could write a book on my life, man. Even on the rent-a-car business or my story, how I grew up with doing cars. Oh, I need a book this thick, buddy, and I could do it. Let me tell you.
Anybody, a ghostwriter out there want to volunteer for the job?
Yeah, you know what? All I need is a guy to follow me every day, all day, and let me talk, and you can write a book on me, and you'll know the history. Oh, I got so much history, it's too much to go through. Anyways, get me a ghost guy and follow me.
Oh. I'm trying to get as many of your stories as I can, Nick.
Yeah, Bob Young, have you ever had a Superbird in the shop?
Ooh, Superbird.
No, I had a 446 pack engine that belonged to Superbird, and the car almost came to my shop, and they were willing to sell it to me. And the thing is, I bought a 6-pack Challenger just a few weeks before that. And if it wasn't for that, I would have had that Superbird right here. It was a 446 pack matching number automatic car on the steering. Or was it on the console? I don't remember. Anyways, no, I never had a Superbird in my shop, just an engine.
Probably just as well. You'd need new insurance if that rolled in here.
Yeah, you know, those are not cheap cars anyways, you know. And then, of course, you know, I've raised my insurance a couple of times, because of all the cars coming in here. They're all big value cars lately. Mechanics. Damn it, I'm out of beer. Get yourself another one, buddy. Steve Ryder, I need a 6-pack of beer. Too much. Rafael, hello from Poland? What was it? I didn't see that. Rafael, I just missed it. Johnny Delta, how much to build an Oldsmobile 350? It all depends what you want to do with it. We built one a while back, made 400 horsepower with a simple 350 Oldsmobile rocket with cast iron heads, make 400 horsepower. But then again, my customer brought most of the parts, so I can't give you the exact price on that. George, here we got a George. Old car auto guy, Jason. Mr. John, 615 budget builds. I can tell you stories. Hey, Jason, good. Look at that one. Here we go. What's this? Dave Ryan, how many Chevy DZ302s have you built? I built one a long time ago. That was way before we had the channel. 302, and I've also built a couple of LT1s from 70.5 Camaros, which were real LT1s. You know, a lot of people, they have small block Chevy. They always say, you know, I got an LT1 and LT1. You know, they're very few, man. Let me tell you. With the aluminum intake, with a solid lifter cam. I've done a few of them, and those are the real things. What's this here? Quick Speed. Hello from Chicago. Yeah, Chicago, the Windy City.
Nice.
Nice. Gary Shags. Chevy made a 302. Yes, they did. Yes, they have. Ryan, well, they made a Chevy 2 back in 1990. That's right. The stroke 327 full-inch bore, 3-inch stroke, but cross ram, and it was a 290 horsepower. That's right. That's exactly what it was. Grass. Gaba Sandwich, yeah, the 302 Chevy came in at 67, 69, 728. Yes, it did, I believe so. Which is Russell Finish. What was the race Hemi more than 425 horsepower? Yes, the super stock Hemi had a 12.5 compression ratio. I don't know what the horsepower was, but I believe it was around 600, not the 425. Yeah, it was and that was a super stock Hemi. Here's another one. Louis Grease. Hello from Middleton, Connecticut. Hi there. Bob Young. Thanks, Nick. I love your show and the videos. Thank you, Bob. And Cal Fitch. Flathead Ford. No, I haven't done one yet, but I know a customer just bought one. He's going to show up with it this summer in my shop. It's a 1929 Model T Ford. That should be a flathead, eh? 1924, 1929. Wow. Anyways, we'll find out when he drives in this summer. He just bought it. He just bought it from Ontario. James Elliott. Hello here. I like your vids. Thank you, James. Vince Kelly, you moonshine is good. Yes, moonshine is good. Yeah, I had that Sapporo from Louis Katz in Australia. Good stuff.
Did you finish it, Nick?
I finished it, yeah.
Wow.
A little zip here, a little zip there.
That stuff smelled like jet fuel.
Oh, I know, it's pretty strong. Hey, Louis, you got any more? I know your dad made some, but it's okay. Here's another. Stefan, would you build a 413? I'd love to build a 413. I've never built a 413. That's an early 60s high performance before the 440 came out. That's a good engine. You know, bring it here and I'll be more than glad to build it for you.
Plenty of displacement.
Of course, yeah. And we got here, System Juginis from Norway. Do you have any experience with trick flow heads on 440s? I have a set right behind me. A set of 727 on a 543 share. No, not 270s. I got 240 share on a 500 cubic inch.
Want to go look at them?
Yeah, it's right here. Here. I got the trick flow right here. These are 240s, as you can see. I can't wait to get this motor on the dyno. It's a 500 cubic inch stroked out 440 with a tall dual plane, what you call it, performer RPM intake. And it's got, that doesn't have the 270, it's got the 240. It would be nice to try the 270s. Anyways, we can't wait to get this started. I'm just waiting for Mike to come up from New York. And I spoke to him last week. I don't know if he can make it or not. And, you know, he's going to find out, let me know. And like I said, this is ready to go on a dyno, and I can't wait to see what it's going to do. And it's, of course, it's just a driver, not to race, just to cruise around. He just wants a torque monster, and I hope we make good torque with this. And she's ready. Then I want to ask him if he likes this orange or that orange. I don't know. We just got these valve covers from eBay, and I gotta wait for him to come in and tell me what he wants to do. Maybe he wants to change the color, maybe leave him. I don't know. Okay. Any more comments? Of course, are coming in. Nancy Wilson, do you say something to me? Well, Nancy, what do you want me to say? Hello, hi there. And let me say, what part of the world are you from? Let me ask you that.
Is that Nancy Wilson, the singer?
Oh, the singer, I don't know. Could be.
Never know.
Hi, here's one. Gree. Hi, Nancy. Rafael. Well, Mr. Rodney Brown. Nick, you're the greatest. Thank you, Rodney. Richard M. Lowe. Here's another. 70K, what is your favorite beer?
What is your favorite beer?
I got a few favorite beers. One of my favorite beers is, I like Budweiser. I like Coors Light. There's a few beers I like. Yeah, Dimitri Kuvuras. Nico, what did you eat for Chico Preti? Chico Preti. What's that? That I don't know. It's in English too, he's writing it, eh?
A special festival we missed?
I don't know, maybe it's a festival. I don't know. Where is it? I just lost it.
Yeah, well, it's rolling fast.
Where is it? You see here? Hello from Buffalo, New York. Sam, hello from Buffalo, New York. I'll get back to it. Raphael, did you repair the car from Poland? Which car was from Poland? Oh, here we got.
Another top chat coming in.
Okay, who is that? Keep up the great work. Can you convince George to be a guest on my show? Yeah. Well, that's Jason from New Brunswick. Jason, you're going to have to ask George yourself. He's right here.
He has asked me.
He did, eh?
I'm just so shy in front of the camera. You know me.
Come on, George. Can't be shy. You're the man who makes the show go on, man. Nancy Wilson. Nick, please tell me what your favorite car is. I've got a lot of favorite cars. One of my favorite cars. New, old, modern. What do I like? One of my favorite cars. God, there's a few of them. I don't know. Let me think. Good question. Because I need to buy one next year, right? I don't know. Good question. I have to look into that. I'm sorry.
One of the ones I saw you most impressed with in the last year or so is the old Chrysler Imperial that Joe's looking after.
Yeah, that one, eh?
Man.
But as a daily driver, maybe she's talking about, I don't know. Here's another one. Eric Miller. Nick, have you ever built a 427 Camry? No, I'd love to, man. I never had a 427 Camry. I'd love to build that. Yeah, Eric Miller, you bring me one, you find one, bring it here, and I'll do my best to do it, let me tell you. And I have a friend of mine, Manny, we always talk about the 427 Camry. That is, of course, built it for NASCAR. Then again, they never bought on the track to compete with the 426 Semi. But then again, it's a unique engine with a big chain and all those cams. I like to see it. And bring it here, I'd build it. Let me tell you, and that would be one engine on the dyno to see, eh? Well,
we always used to say things like maybe one day they'll build another.
I know.
It's starting to seem now like all the big companies, they've built their last big
Of
V8s,
course.
They're stopping production.
Yeah, and you know, I don't go out and buy engines. People bring in their engines. Like every engine I built here belongs to customers. They're not mine. I don't go buy engines because people say, Nick, try this and try that. I just work out of an ordinary shop here with my clients. And of course, I ask them if they let me show off their engines to put on YouTube for you viewers to watch. Or sometimes someone asks me, Nick, do you always beat or put customers' cars to the pace? When I do that, it's because they give me permission. They tell me do what you wish, carte blanche, you know. I'll never take a customer's car and put it to the pace without their permission. Even in engine on dynamometer, sometimes they tell me, Nick, you do the best with factory stuff, with certain modern upgradings. You know, we do the best we can. And of course, a lot of people have a budget when you build something. So sometimes you want to make horsepower with so much money. It's hard. You try to do it, and it's a challenge, and you put a lot of time, and I put a lot of effort. My brother's coming in, help me too with it. And it's not easy sometimes. But, you know, we try to do the best we can, and whatever happens to it, like I said with my clients, everything's real. Nothing's fake, and if we win or lose, we'll show it off, whatever it is.
If we keep growing at this current rate, maybe we will be able to start doing projects just for YouTube. Go out and get engines just to beat.
That's right. And what's this? Eric G. Love your channel, Nick. Cheers from Sweden. Hey, thank you, Eric. SEK 20. What's that? That's their money, eh?
Yeah, I guess.
I thought they had euros there, no? In Sweden?
Very interesting. Okay.
Wow. We'll look into it.
It's 20 SEK.
Phil C. Thank you. Phil C. Thank you very much, Phil. Look at that.
Such generous viewers.
My God, we have a lot of generous viewers here, man. Let me tell you. Actually, I think I got a great bunch of viewers on my channel.
I can't imagine better.
I mean, I got good patrons, got good viewers. I read the comments, a lot of good stuff. You guys are, you know, it keeps me going, man. You know, you read the comments, a lot of good stuff. I mean, it's sometimes hard for me to catch up on all the comments. Like I said, I only go back 1 or 2 videos because we got too many. I can't go back far. And of course, if you guys comment on the last video put up for any other video in the past, I'll catch up and I'll read it. And if I have a question, I'll comment on it.
When I first roped you into YouTube, I told you there were going to be ugly comments, and it's not the case.
No, no, very, very seldom. That's cool, man. That's very cool.
A very good crowd, Nick.
I know. I told you we have a best viewers. I'm really surprised.
Thanks, folks.
Paul Paros, Greeks are the best mechanics. Wow, come on. There's a lot of good mechanics. Okay, just because I'm Greek, there's a lot of good mechanics. I gotta give credit to a lot of guys.
This Greek is the best.
Dennis Mercier, you have a great show. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you. And then we got Sam Elliott. Hi, Nick. My dad has a 68 CUDA and a 64 car you have in the shop at the moment. Which car? Oh. Sorry, let's go back to that. Here it is. Hi, Nick. My dad has a 68 CUDA and a 64 Plymouth Savoy, 74 Plymouth Duster.
You blended two together. There's Nancy.
Yeah, sorry. That's Sam Elliott. Thank you, Sam. Nice. They have 3 cars. They're all Mopars. Nancy William. Nick, can you please tell me what you have in the shop at the moment? I've got a 66 Satellite, 69 Roadrunner, 69 Charger, 70 Roadrunner, S10 Chevy Extreme. What year is that? 83? I forgot. I've got the 68 Charger and another Fox Mustang 89, and of course, that's it. And the Ranger.
That's it. The other Fox went home?
Yeah, the other Fox Mustang, it's been delivered. We finished it, and it's gone. He's a happy customer. The only thing is, of course, a lot of people mentioned that the fast idle was pretty high. True. But when he comes back, we're going to bring it down because the fast idle was pretty, or should I say the cold start. We're going to bring it down under 2,000 because it was way too high at 2,400 RPM.
Yeah, you were still working on it.
I read that. I read all those comments.
A few people on that video were asking why the problem in the first place. What were you compensating for by turning up that air fuel?
Yeah, because I wanted to make it a smooth idle. And you know, somebody tampered with the screws on the other side where the choke is, which controls the fast idle for cold starts, which I didn't tamper at all. But like I was talking to my customer, he was here today, by the way, and I told him, yes, he read the comments, he saw the video, and of course we both agreed, we're going to bring it down. But that day we just wanted to show you the fast idle running. Okay, it was high. Then we brought it down to the RPM at 900 RPM on idle, was smooth, and of course it was all done. But that's it. One thing at a time, we'll get it fixed. Legend 426. Nick is a legend of his own time. Thank you, Legend. Steve Anderson. Nick from Benny Lake, Washington. Best wishes for you. Thank you. Thank you, Ben. Here's another one. Florida Scott. Oh, I just missed it. Legend for Ryan. Here it is. Tennessee. I just saw one here. Mark Comber. Hi, Nick. Can you explain cam break-in? Mark from Massachusetts. Cam break-in. Yeah, when we use flat tappet cams, hydraulic or solid, we have to break them in because, you know, as the cam turns, the lifter turns. So it has to mate with the lobe. So, of course, we put a special grease and a special break-in oil and zinc additive. And then we got to rev it high to have an oil pressure and a splash to wet the cam while revving high. And, of course, with the splash to break in the cam so it can have a pattern so that it won't wear out. So when you have a new cam, new lifters, of course, that's how you put an engine together. And you're breaking it for 20 minutes at 2,000 RPM. And after that, you're good. And I've done that many times. If you have a roller cam, you don't need to do that. Or even put zinc if you have a roller cam. But on a flat tappet, that's what is needed.
I've always wondered what would happen if you didn't do a proper break-in.
Well, you know what? And if you don't do a proper break-in, of course, you can wear out the cam lobes in no time. Within a few minutes, you can have them worn out. And then again, you got to watch out. You don't put too much spring pressure. Even though you break in the cam good, you got a lot of spring pressure. Let's say, for example, the seat pressure of 130 or 300, 320, 330 plus on the lobe. On open open valve, which is a spring compressed, you'll wear out the cam. So everything has a margin. So you got to be careful. I think that's long distance. I think what's his name is going to take it. Yep. Tim Martin, Nick, you're the best. Tony, thank you. Danny, what's Nick's in green car in your shop? Would that be a Malibu 64? No. Oh, that green car. No, that's a 66 Satellite. It's green, isn't it? That's Mike's Satellite from New York.
Aqua blue green.
Yeah, Charles. If he misses you, try asking in the latest video.
That's Melissa, our.
Oh, Melissa. Melissa, I want to give you a special thank you for being a moderator. Hey, she's doing a great job,
doing her best juggling all these people.
Yeah, thank you, Melissa. Thank you very much. Oh, here, P. Santini. What's your favorite Mopar engine? I love them all. My Haim, the 426 is one of my favorites. The 6-pack, the 340, even the 3.3. I love the 3.3 because I learned my first engine on a 383. But I've always loved the Haimies. That's how we got started. You know, and I was talking about in school. You know what? This is the best part. I have to say this. when I went to mechanic school back in '74, where it was a training school, it was a 1-year course. We went in, we were a bunch of students. We were 28 in the classroom. This is the best part. And then, of course, we got started reading books, how an engine works and this and that. And then, of course, they had a few engines in the classroom, and they were telling us, okay, you guys, we're going to take apart the engines, and, of course, then start putting them together, to show you how to build an engine. But I said, you guys, in the real world, when you build an engine, you start with a piece of dirty, worn-out engine. So I had my friend Spiro, may he rest in peace. He agreed with me in the classroom. He says, Nick, I agree with you. I said, let's go buy an engine from the scrapyard or the boneyard, whatever you want to call it. Bring it to school, an old engine that's been beaten, worn out, and start from scratch. And then the teacher tells me, Nick, if you bring it here, and if the school supplies all the parts, this engine at the end stays with the school. But I told the teacher, it's okay with me. I just want to start with something that's rough. That way you see an engine when you build it. Like when you take it apart, it's worn out and finished. So in real life, that's how we did. That's how you work with, right? So then my friend and I, Spiro, we went to a junkyard, brought the engine. It was a small block Chevy we bought for like $100, $125. Brought it to school, and of course all the students were freaking out because we brought a junky, rusty motor in there, and we tore it apart, and then we saw what was worn out. And then again, this is how you learn from scratch how to build an engine. And of course the teacher freaked out, and of course we built it. Then we built an engine stand, put a push button, a starter, a battery, a key, and of course we got it running. And of course we were one of the top students in the class. I don't want to show off, but
you were number 1 and 2 from what I heard. You and Spiro,
we were okay. Of the 28 students, we were the top 5, of course. And of course, I love that project. And then, of course, we left the engine in the back there, and it was running. And then the teacher tells me at the end, that was a good idea what you did. Bring an old engine, beat it up, rough, and then start from scratch how to build it. I had to say it.
How old were you then, Nick?
I was 17, 18 years old.
Nice. Always the same passion.
Yeah, I love that. I don't know if anybody else did that, but I did. Tyler Carter. Hank, where'd he go? The left root we're at the, I missed that one. Vinci Kelly. Look, okay, Wall. Okay, Wall. All okay, Tyler Carter. Shank, what's this? Hank on Loop Tube, where you at? I don't get it.
It must be somebody else he's talking to.
Yeah,
He's shouting at Hank.
Okay, Tom K. How could I get my 3392 2010 on Lopi Idle? Oh, wow.
Everybody wants that Lopi Idle.
Yeah, But then again, when you do a Lopi Idle on a fuel injection car, you could put a radical cam and do this. You got to really know how to tune it. I'm not a pro at that. That's fuel injection. I'm old school. But then again, the guys out there that are learning today with the high-tech electronics, and you have to be skilled, these are the guys that if you put a Lopi rough idle cam, there's less vacuum, you change the parameters of an engine. So, you're going to have to find somebody to know how to tune that after. So that's one way to do it. Change the cam, go radical, like a lot of duration. Of course, then you have a Lopi idle.
Of course. Now, what is a Lopi idle? You have to explain it to somebody.
Oh, Lopi idle, something that's not a smooth idle. It goes blip, 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 blip. People like a Harley Davidson motorcycle when it idles. Vacuum. This RY998. I love the sound of a timing gear. Okay. Oh, you mean the gear drive, like on that 427. Yeah, that sounded like a blower on that car, on that engine, I should say. Vince Kelly, here's Alex Burns. Lopi idle is possible with bad vacuum. Yeah, you could say that. What's his categories? Do you have a favorite muffler? Not really. I don't have any favorite mufflers. Not really.
We know which ones you don't like on a Dodge truck.
Which ones? Oh yeah, that was that had a high pitch sound when we're giving it gas. It was and when you go long distance driving that, it'll give you a headache by the time you get to your destination. Forget it.
We won't mention the brand.
I won't mention the brand. That's right.
Aftermarket, very popular brand.
Yeah, it's a very. I'm not gonna.
It was the worst.
They make good stuff and bad stuff, so that's why I'm not gonna say anything.
That one just droned though.
James Elliott. Hi Nick. James Elliott. Oh my God. Ever mess with a Buick 430? Nope, I did, but I've done Buicks with a 455, quite a few when I used to work at the dealership. Actually, we did one here this year. Jay Riley, have you had many engines let go on the dyno? Honestly, never have. I've been very lucky. I've been on the dyno right now. I believe it's my 20th year. I built a lot of engines. I had also customers come in with engines. We never had any issues whatsoever, but you never know. It could happen. Everything's mechanical. Something can let go. But anyways, you know what? You guys who watch the And let me tell you something, if I build an engine or if I bring an engine in and we have it on video, and if anything happens, we will show it to you guys. I won't hide it because, you know, like anybody can make a mistake. Anything can let go. And then, of course, the job is let's tear it apart, look at it, see what went wrong so it doesn't happen again. And, of course, you know, yes, the question is I never had any let go yet. Yet, I shouldn't say that.
But you don't do anything over the top.
Yeah,
crazy.
you know, we don't.
do sensible builds.
Yeah, we do sensible builds, cruising engines. We do some high performance. You know, we don't have engines that come in that have 1,000 horsepower and you're revving 10 grand or something. Those have good possibilities of breaking apart. But what we do is basics. You know, like that 454, we've been taking it to 5,200 RPM for many, many times. My test mule engine, I've taken it to 6,200 RPM. We made 106 tests on it. On my dyno, everything went well. It's in the car right now, and of course now we're testing it to see how the welding holds up by driving it around the city, which we did for a few hours there just before we put it away for storage. So far, so good.
Like a dream. Didn't it get warm?
That's right. That's right. A wall Ford will let go. Nah, don't say that. Tell me, how long have you had your shop? This shop 7 years. The one downtown 27. That equals 34 years. That's how many years I have it. David Thermal. Hi, Nick. Hi, David. Thermal 44. Best intakes for GM power. Depends on the application. You know, it all depends. Here's another one. Kelly, no call. Dave, drive the Challenger to Saskatchewan.
That's a long haul.
It's a long haul, man.
Nice
you know, yeah, with a 354 gear ratio and a 26-inch tire, you're going to be revving all the way there. I'd love to, but no, not that far.
Take the back roads.
You know, we're going to go to Carlisle, but we're not going to drive the car there. We're going to put it into a closed trailer and we'll bring it down. Then once I'm down there, I'm going to drive it around the streets everywhere in Carlisle. Oh, well, this is a video. Krusty Man. Buick Nailhead. Nope, never done one of those yet, but I'd like to see that. Here's 91SS, 91RSS. You can reach all of Canada on Kijiji, CFE parts, etc. And I've seen a Boss. I've even seen Boss 429 stuff. Wow, Boss 429.
On Kijiji.
Yeah, someone came up with that. Who said that? I'd like to build a Boss 429. I was telling him. We just came up today. Somebody was talking about a Boss 429. I've never built one of those. That's the Hemi version in Ford, 1969, 1970. That came into a Boss Mustang. Well, that's very rare, let me tell you. Kelly Nicole, love the Challenger. Thank you, Kelly. James Elliott, how many cars have you had? I have no idea, man. I had quite a few cars. I've been driving how many years now? Since 1973. Take it from there.
Before I was born.
Yeah, I have too many cars. I couldn't remember right now.
Interesting question.
Your best tires for your Hellcat for traction on the strip. You are awesome, Nick. Arkansas. Trevor from Arkansas. We use those tires. What do you call them?
Thompson Street SS.
Yeah. Yes, and there's another.
There.
Yes, there's another one that we use. Forgot the name. Oliver. There's the one that my brother he's put on his Hellcat. Nino tires or something. They're really which one was it for traction? He used them on his Hellcat, and he did pretty well. Let me tell you, he ran in the 10 seconds with it, Oliver.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Here, try to catch up on this. Look at this. Dan Wood. Isa Tikanis. Greetings from Vancouver Island. Isa Tikanis. Tikanis, kala. He's Tikanade. John Clark. I'll call my mechanic Nick. Say, Nick, you remind me of him. Okay. Another Nick, I guess. Peter Sale. 2. Possible. It's my 86 Fiero. It's possible, yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of power in a little Fiero.
Look at this. Big Worm. What's the car you wish you had back? Well, the Hemi Cuda, 1971. I wish I had that back.
Legendary car in the area. Everybody's heard about that car.
Yeah, that car that's the car that put us on the map.
I heard about that car before I knew about you.
There you go. The car spoke for itself. Yeah, 27 years in the city, man. Let me tell you, every guy knew that car. Every car person knew that car. And of course, everybody knew it was ours.
I miss your Black Fury.
That Black Fury, yeah. I put the red light. I remember putting on the red light and it looked like a police car, a police cruiser.
That
Ford
thing was badass.
Yeah, four-door Fury, 1970.
Beautiful.
Jake, hi Nick, love your channel. Blackenship. James Hickerson, Nick, I think you're awesome. Should take the Kawasaki down to British Columbia. Wow, I wish I could take my Kawasaki car everywhere and show it to the world, but it's not easy because it's a big planet out there. And you know, I come from Montreal. It's it's hard, you know. Going downtown is as far as we've got. Listen, you guys, yeah. And you know, I know these cars were built to be driven coast to coast. But today, we don't take them like that. Some people do, yes. Here's another one. This is from Livingston 42. Larry from Corning, New York. Here, will you be at Carlisle all 3 days? Yes, I'll be there all weekend in Carlisle. I want to meet everybody there, as many as I can. Love to see you.
A little early on Sunday, but we'll be there as much as we can.
Yeah, that's it. But we're going to be there. A wall. Chudo is Jerry, Friday night. No politics here, yeah. Dave, hey, Nick from Newcastle, UK. Where is it? I just lost it. Love the channel. Thank you. From Newcastle. Hey, look at that. James, Nick, ever done a dyno Chevy 302? No, not yet. I haven't done a 302 yet. Dave Ryan, my favorites are the Flowmaster Super 40. Yeah, they're pretty good. They're nice. David, tomorrow, 350 Rocket. I'm running out of time soon.
We've done an hour just to let you know.
Okay, Jerry, I got to read this, man. Jerry, Friday night's beer night, not work night. True.
It's
here,
always work night.
Yeah, you know what? We spend a lot of nights here. Speaking of beer, I'm not a big beer drinker, but the thing is that Friday nights is a night. We stay out with the boys here, especially in the summer. If you guys would come here in the summer, it's like a car show, coffee. Yeah, coffees. We don't have beer because everybody's driving cars. We don't bring beer in the house. And of course, I don't ask anybody to come. They just come on their own. They come with their cars, and then in the park, and we make a coffee or talk. It's like a shop talk, or it's like a car show. It's like it happens automatically. That's right. It's a gathering. And every year it's getting bigger and bigger because we're getting well known, and we do muscle cars, and I meet a lot of new faces every weekend, man. That really surprised me. And it's very, very. I want to thank you guys. Of course, a lot of you guys have gone out of your ways to come and see us here at the shop in Laval. And I've got guys that come from a long distance. And I know I read a lot of comments. Like a lot of people want to come and visit my shop, and they live on the other side of the planet. True, but you know what? It's just an ordinary shop. We just build muscle cars, and we enjoy what we do, and we love it. And that's what we're all about. And I've got friends, customers that enjoy this all the time. For example, Joe, when he came here the other day with a Mustang, he just tells me, Nick, there's people that go out to a coffee shop, sit down, have a coffee, and chit-chat. But coming to your shop is another world. And you see that? And it's true, nobody gets bored here. You can come in on a Friday night. We could be building an engine. We could have an engine on the dyno. We could be doing a car, trying out traction outside. Or we could be installing an engine in a car. Or trying to install a header for hours on one side on one particular car like we did one night. Then we had like 4, 5, 6 guys trying to help me put it into place, which eventually never happened. But it's always a challenge, and there's always something happening on Friday nights, of course. And it's nice to have it broadcast live here in our shop, and I love it.
Doing it this summer.
Sorry?
We'll be doing it this summer. Bring you live shows Friday from this.
Yeah. So you guys stay tuned for the future, and we're going to do our best. We're going to go off very soon, and I think, God, there's a lot to read, eh?
There's a lot of comments.
They just love you.
You want to read some, Oliver? Take a look. Check it out. What is what? For priming a fresh engine oil system, do you recommend turning over the engine or without plugs and drill? Yes, I prime the engine. I always turn the engine over. Yes, and when you want to get the oil everywhere, of course. Yeah. Sometimes, as you turn the engine, you might find something. You could be turning an engine over, and the seal might turn on you, and the oil might come out in the back. And it's nice to see it. It's never happened, but you never know. It's nice to turn the engine over because you want the oil to get everywhere. And of course, some lifters are compressed, some are not. So in other words, every time you prime an engine, yes, you turn the engine over with the drill running at the same time. Patrick Venin, do you install a voltmeter or stick with the factory ammeter? Any problems? I use them both. It's the way. It depends what the car comes with. I use them both. And here, let's go for a few more. Hold it. What's this here? We love you. JC, be well, Nick. Thank you, JC. Thank you. Johnny's on a great live show. Johnny, where are you? You just live around the corner. Come by.
Johnny's coming to the swap meet tomorrow.
Yeah, Johnny, we'll meet you here tomorrow morning. We're going to the swap meet tomorrow. Best. James Elliott, best. Thank you, James. Tennessee. Okay. Overbuilt Automotive. Hi, Nick, from East. Let me see that one. Where'd it go? From East Tennessee, building a 5 AMG Turbo, 1984 Celica Supra, 59 Ranchero, 6-speed, ITB, Mega Squirt, EFI 299 V8. Wow, that's something. Good luck with it, you guys. Good stuff. Patrick Venin, depends what the car comes with. Aren't they all ammeters that are ready to burn up? Well, I've never had an ammeter that burned up yet, but you know what? Sometimes the wires in the back, they're both live, and you got to be careful they don't touch anything. But then again, when they age, yeah, it's possible they might catch on fire. Then you replace it with a voltmeter. But you know what? If you do it right, you fix it right, it'll work. My car still works on an ammeter, my Kawasaki, and I know it's going to be good.
There's Louis.
Where's Louis? Louis Katz. Typical Saturday morning coffee. Toasty and Nick's Garage. Kaliorix, buddy. Howard Garrett. What date is Carlisle? July 10, 11, 12. It's the weekend of the Carlisle show in Pennsylvania, Carlisle, Pennsylvania.
Good luck getting a hotel room now.
Yeah, you guys, if you need to get a hotel, you better look right now.
Now's the time.
Right now, I think they're all sold out, but it'll be too late. We got here. What's this? Hi, Nick. You are. That's Julie. Thank you, Julie. Man, you are. Yeah, how are you? I'm very good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Can you read them, Oliver? Check it out, eh?
Yeah, I can see them.
They go fast, man. Anyways, let me say thanks to all our. It's a lot to read, man. It's a
really
lot to
cool
read.
To see where everybody's from. I'm just
I
mind
know.
blown.
It's, you know what? I have to say one thing. I can't mention all the names here. I want to say thank you to all of you guys, our subscribers, our viewers, our patrons, our people that send us stuff, coffee, flags. Matter of fact, I got another flag today in person from Ryan, who brought in that 440 engine that from the South Shore, which is a school teacher on automotive mechanics. He brought it in, so I got to put that flag up soon. I've got a few more flags to put up, and I was saying thank you to all. Couldn't say any better. I mean, you guys are the best, and I want to say a very special thank you to all, and thank you for standing by and watching us here tonight live. And of course, stay tuned for the next video on Monday.
Yeah, we got a big one coming on Monday, and we'll be back live next week.
You guys stay tuned for Monday's video, man. It's gonna be a nice one.
I saw a nice comment. How's Oliver's Camaro doing? Well, I'm
Here he
not
is.
going to the swap meet tomorrow. I've been building my motor with my father-in-law, and I decided I'm just going to install it in my car tomorrow, and it's not running right now, but it will be soon.
It will be.
Matter of fact, I heard Oliver wants to come with us down to Carlisle, Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah, I'm coming.
Is that right?
I'm going.
There
It's
we
a
go.
little vacation, 3 days
I-
of freedom. Or
Actually, Oliver, we're going to be a big gang going down there. It's going to be a big convoy.
I'm not
Anyways.
expecting much sleep.
Yeah.
oh, sleep? What's that? I used to go to night school. Come on.
Anyways, let me say a special thanks to everybody who's watched us here tonight. I'm sorry I feel bad I can't read all the comments. They just come faster and more every week. So you guys, thank you. Good night to whoever, or good morning to wherever you guys are on the planet, I should say. And I thank you all. And of course, good night or goodbye.
We love you guys.